Pulse is on stage to take a look at that win.
Thanks, guys. I'm stood with Soaz, an amazing after their win. And first off, Soaz, that early game play set your team up for success. How did that one come about?
The level 1 was kinda risky somehow, but the Mythic called that he could invade the red buff, and we were arguing if they actually finished the red or not. And in the end, he still invaded, and the red was like 150 HP or something like, and he stole it. And then they agreed to try to kill him after he got the red buff, and that's pretty much why we got really far up. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, well, it started really well for you, but over to you, Amazing. The Baron misplay we had there, you did come back into the game after that one, but what happened around that area?
Why do you ask me about it? It wasn't my call, so I cannot go too deep into the thinking process there, but we thought we could fight them while taking the Nash, and too many people went over the Nash pit, so I was kind of stuck there trying to flash over the wall in order to shield, and didn't manage to flash, actually. So that happened. You can watch that. And no, it was just a strategic misplay. We overvalued our damage and thought we could do too much at the same time.
Okay, a team misplay then. But over to you, so as in the top lane, specifically want to talk about Poppy because we're seeing it more in the top lane now. What is making Poppy so good right now?
I think she's really good either in 1v1 or 2 versus 2. In 1v1, you can set up a lot for your jungler. If you're a jungler that can do good ganks on top or have good pathing or stuff like this, you can easily even if you don't stun the target necessarily, you can just E him and then ultimate and then Q, and it's your jungle can come in the next 3 or 4 seconds and then you get a kill. So she's really good at farming as well, good at team fighting. She can zone out when you try to push to it. For example, just starting your R and not necessarily doing it, just waiting for it until the really end and then using it. So she's overall a really good champion.
Yeah, and it's looked like it in your play as well. And final question here, Amazing. You guys have been very vocal on social media about your performances over the last couple of weeks. So coming into this week, there were some misplays like the Baron misplay. So have you guys made enough progress or is there more to go?
I mean, we have an easier schedule now. To be fair, we should have won the Vitality game. We threw it kind of with our misplays down mid lane. So I'm not quite sure. We have this high expectation of ourselves where we want to be. We have a picture up there, so kind of confirms where we want to be. But so it's kind of hard to meet those expectations if you lose to teams that you may not consider as strong as you should be. And this is what happened, happens in scrims at least. Didn't happen on stage because we lost to teams that were better than us at that point. So I'm not too worried about that. But there's this expectation that we have. We haven't matched it yet. So I'm confident we will match it, but we haven't matched it yet.
Yeah, that's true. But you guys are on the up and up. Congratulations on this win, and thank you for taking the time to talk to me. We're going to throw it over to the analyst desk to take a look at the game.
Thank you very much, Pulse. Very insightful interview there from Amazing and Soaz. And we are also tracking the progress of Origen. And the 2 key things that we had an eye on here was, are they proactive? Will they be proactive? And how is their communication and shot calling in those important moments? And I want to go ahead and call up the first replay. It is a tower dive that happened pretty early in the game. How proactive was it, and how well was the execution?
So I like how proactive it is. The only issue is technically for Origen to pull off this dive, they need Power of Evil to roam as well before the dive even starts. And if you just roll the clip, we're going to notice how Mythi's level 5, and that's why it's such a risky dive against so many members from Elements and the CC they have. You can see Power of Evil on your minimap. He's running, but he's not running fast enough. So the dive starts kind of on and off, and Power of Evil is not there with his ulti. He was the guy supposed to save the guy tanking the towers, in this case Mythi. He comes in very late, and that's why it's a 2-for-2 trade, and obviously not that great for Origen. But the call, in my opinion, is the correct one in this situation. Steve has no TP. Make that 5 versus 3, move bot lane, take tower, speed up the game. I like that. We just need Power Evil to move a little bit quicker, so this is like a call for the team, not him specifically.
Yeah, and as you said, just a little bit messy. The fact that Mythi was level 5, he actually got level 6 off the second kill, so he was very, very close. Just a couple of things didn't line up for them in that kind of fight, but I'm happy to see them doing that, especially the way they orchestrated the early part of the laning phase and trying to get Sven ahead, because they know for Origen, that's what the team needs to do. At this point in time, Sven seems to be the primary carry, and everybody else has to funnel at least the rest of the 4 into Sven and make sure he can carry.
It's very funny how that move at level 1 from Mythi, where he steals the red buff, just kind of snowballs into multiple plays the next few minutes, because then suddenly he had a level advantage and red buff, so he could go bot lane and 2v2 with Poppy. Alistar Poppy is a very scary 2v2 because one knock up into the wall and you die against double red buff in the early game. So they could push bot lane. And of course, Lucian were pushing top lane against Fiora. So actually, there were 2 lanes pushing down, and that also allowed Origen to set up the dive top and not lose anything and kill Steve, or kill Gilius, I think it was on the tower. So it was very fun how one red buff steal snowballed like the next 3-4 minutes into multiple aggressive plays.
And it was especially obvious because on the other side, Spraddle had tried to disrupt the first jungle clear out of Amazing, but he ended up helping them, so nothing could be snowballed there. When the guys talked about it, when asked, they said we were arguing. And then comes, of course, a second moment in the game where the decision-making was not there, the execution was there, or how was it around Baron?
I mean, again, I like the play.
This is the red buff, actually.
Well, no, that's the Baron, but it's Spraddle, who's now a red buff, who goes down and he gets killed.
Yeah.
And then Origen will start the Baron. So, like, this is the correct play, in my opinion. You just need to keep Sven at the Baron. Like, it's not about killing Gilius, it's about knocking him away from the Baron itself.
They're basically doing the okey-dokey around this. Like, one goes in, one goes out, one goes in. And at this point, like, Origen, as you said, all they got to do here is take the Baron and deny the attempt at a steal or take the fight. Everybody's kind of shifting positions and takes half of their health off the Baron. And from there, it's like, this seems like, and honestly, we heard Amazing say it, we were trying to do too much.
Yes, exactly.
And that feels like what Origen have been doing in a lot of their games is like, hey, look, we got a little bit of a lead. We're used to being ahead. Let's play like we're fully ahead. And Origen just need to maybe calm it a little bit and just play smart, because we know they can do it. They just get a little bit antsy.
They had the game under control.
Yeah.
Until that misplay, basically. And then in the end, they managed to pull it back anyway.
To wrap it up, Elements, I did see a glimmer of hope, I think, whenever the Baron happened. After that, they were conscious of split pushing. They sent Rek'Sai bottom, they sent Fiora top, but it didn't keep it up, and OG managed to engage on them and finish out the game. And in the end, it was too little too late because so much happened in the early game. So how does that bode for them?
I think Elements' mid-game is too weak. I think they're making some mistakes where either they get too aggressive and want to take a team fight for absolutely no reason, or they're just too passive, funny enough. Like, we go either or with Elements, and they're just making the wrong decisions in the mid-game, and that's why they fall so far behind.
Something to review for them going into next week. It's time to step away as we gear up for Game 2 between Team Vitality and Giants. Our coverage of the European LCS continues right after this.
You know, they say cheer for Origin, and then there is cheer for Element. Didn't expect that one.
Yeah, same. Mythy can steal. He gets it! Mythy's got the red buff. Now he's under threat. There's a Vital exposed, a flash engage. Soaz has come to help out. First blood secured by Poppy.
Let's walk now. I'm flanking. We go here. We go. Me too, I'm flanking too, by the way. Go on, Victor.
Origen want more than keeping them at bay. They want the fight! Wild Growth has been used to keep Mythy alive, and the boot back is sent into Gilius' face. Full channel on the culling. You can dodge, dip, duck, and dive, but you cannot get away from Sven. Sven has found Ica, and that's the wave clear down. Elements did everything right, but now it's falling apart. And Origen go 2-0.